Hey hustlers, right out of the gate, I've got a couple of free tools that are going to be helpful for you, especially if you're a newbie, because when you're new, you need things like cheat sheets, like starter guides to help you along the way and put a lot of the important things that you need to be thinking about right in front of you. Let me show you what those are real quick. So make sure down in the description, you're going to see a link where you can get the newbie cheat sheet. And that has just things like categories to get started in, scanning tips, things like that. And also there's the newbie arbitrage sourcing guide, because you need to learn how to evaluate. There's just a few steps you need to be able to take in order to see what you need to be doing. So make sure you take advantage of that. I wanted to get that out of the way so that you didn't miss it. Now let's get right into the video. So in this video, we're talking about how you can be making $350 a day selling on Amazon using the arbitrage business model. Now let's look at how did I come up with this number in the first place. Okay, so first of all, we're going to go over into my Amazon Seller Central account. You can see today is March the 25th. The year is 2022. So today we haven't had much, a couple of sales. But if you look over the last 30 days, we've done $10,466.50. It took 410 sales to do that. So if you take that 10,466.50, you divide that by 30, and roughly you're doing about 348. You could round that up to 350 a day. That's great, right? And then your next question is, yeah, Horace, well, how much of that do you get to keep? That's a huge question that a lot of people have. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go in and show you. Okay, so now what we're going to do real quick, we're going to go over into my inventory lab account, and you can see we're looking at the first quarter, which would include January, February, and March. And you can kind of see what's great about this software is that it actually breaks down your expenses, cost of goods and FBA transaction fees and all of those things that take away from these nice numbers that we like to talk about. So you can see we only got to keep $1,500 in January, $2,200 in February. And so far, this month isn't over yet. So far, my actual profit, 3,000, somewhere around that. And here's something, just a quick note. If you notice, I had more total income in January and February. However, I've got actually more profit. That comes from, looking at the types of products that you're selling. Okay, so then the next question you'll probably have, if you're new, okay, Horace, what kind of products do you sell? I sell all types of things. So, for example, you could sell something like this BioLite. You can sell things like, what is this? This is a shampoo and conditioner set. We call that a bundle. When you have the shampoo, when you have the conditioner. If it was just all conditioners, all shampoos, that's a multi-pack. You've got things like this intestinal cleanser. So I do supplements. And then for those who follow me, mostly I do snack foods. Americans love snack foods, guys. So you can source any of those types of things. And then the next question becomes, well, where are you getting your products? Primarily, guys, I do online arbitrage. So I go online and I search stores. Now you can go inside of stores. That would be retail arbitrage. And they both have their advantages and disadvantages. One of the advantages I love about online arbitrage is it's convenient. You can do it from home. I do it a lot of times right before I go to work. I do work a full-time job as a trucker. Another thing I love is the savings. If you stick around to the end of this video, I'm going to open up my Cashback from a company that I use called Rakuten. This is just free money, guys. I'm going to show you guys. I don't know how much is in there because it hasn't been opened yet. But when I go through, and show you my process, which we're about to do right now, one of the things I do is look to see if I can get any cash back. So let's talk about exactly how I do it. Okay, hustler. So the way that I do it is I use a software called Tactical Arbitrage, and that software sources so many different sites for me. And what it does is it presents the data in front of me based on my criteria, and it searches so many different stores. The better part of 1,000 stores you can source with this software, and we have plenty of videos that talk about that, so I don't need to get all into that with you right now. Look in the description. We've got a whole mini series. We've got the lightning series that helps you. We won't get into all of that, but once you get into the software, here's what I love about it. Okay, watch this. When you get into the software, you don't even have to set up a search. If you really want to be lazy, now most of the time you will set up searches because you're going to have your own stores that you like and stuff like that. But you could just go to what's called, there's a feature called Always Be Scanning. You click on that and it is already, the software is always scanning products for you. Okay, across different stores, different categories. Now in that case, in my case, I need to go US. And then I'll start to evaluate the data. Now watch what I do, okay? Because I got a process. And if you learn that process, you can get similar results to me. I mean, ask yourself, would an extra $2,000 profit make a difference to you in addition to your regular job? Because if you're like me, you work a regular job. Now, the first thing I do, now there's all types of ways you could, I have this organized in alphabetical order by store. Okay, that's the way I wanted the results to come. You could take different, stores out that you don't source from. I mean, there's just all sorts of ways you could do things. For example, I don't source Kmart, and I would suggest you don't either. You can take that out if you want. You can look at just what you want. There are things like certain sales ranks, and when you learn what this is all about, you'll know what I'm talking about. A lot of you do. Your return on investment, estimated monthly sales is huge. Do you want to look at a product that has an estimated monthly sales of 4 versus estimated monthly sales of 37? Whatever you want your profit to be, you can drag these columns around. All of this we get into in the mini series and in the lightning course, but I just wanted to kind of touch on that. Now, here's how I do it. The first thing I do up here, you're going to notice this 4C, that's tactical forecaster. The first thing I do is click on that. And as soon as I click on it, watch the ASIN column, right? As soon as I click on that ASIN column is either going to turn green or red. Sometimes it might not do nothing. If it doesn't, a lot of times if you just click it again, that it does. But at the end of the day, see how it did the second time, and that's red. If that's red, I know I don't even need to click on that because it's going to be, I'm gated in that particular brand, category, whatever it may be. But if it's green, then good news, I'm good. And see what that does, that allows me to quickly scan through, and I don't need to waste my time on something that I'm not going to be able to sell anyway. They have added that feature to some degree in the software, I've noticed, but I like Tactical Forecaster the way it puts it in front of me, and it's pretty cheap. But from there, I start looking at products. Now, let me show you an example. Okay, so here, and again, we're still in Always Be Scanning. I just wanted to show you what I'm looking at this point. I can see the store. I can see the sales rank. Right away, I can see a return on investment of 50%. Okay, that means I'm not doubling my money. That would be 100%. But I'm getting half of that in addition. Okay, so I'm getting what I paid back plus half of what I paid. Okay. Now, in this case, this might not be one that I would go for because the estimated monthly sales is 0, but I have the experience to continue looking. You may not want to do that, but this is just an example. Gross profit of $9.58. I'm going to spend about $17.99. I could probably do better than that, and I'll show you. And so according to the software, at the time that the software was scanning, the buy box was $39.99. And so you can see a big enough difference that you might want to look. And you look at your 90-day average buy box price. That tells you whether or not this thing is all over the place. Okay, these are things that you want to consider. From there, I'm going to want to go to the site. So if I click on the product image, or right here, that's a hyperlink, it'll take me to the product. And from there, I want to see, first of all, is it in stock? Sometimes it is. Sometimes by the time you look at it, it's not. The next thing up here, here's another extension right next to Tactical Forecaster. Now you can move these around, you know that, but I use what's called Rev ROI because I'm looking to see, can I get any cash back? Can I get a discounted gift card? Right away, I can get 8% by doing nothing except activating here my Retail Me Not right there, and that's going to give me that cash back. In addition to that 8%, I can look at discounted gift cards. I prefer Card Cash. Card Cookie seems like it's 2% better. Half the time they don't work. I just don't have good results trying to get those digital gift cards that you can use right away. I like Card Cash. So you're already talking 14% that I'm saving between discounted gift cards and cash back. The next thing I want to do is go look at the listing because I want to make sure it's the right thing. We're talking about Resident Evil Blu-ray Steelbook. I have no idea what that is, guys. I'm old. The last time I played Resident Evil, it was Resident Evil 2, and it was on Sony PlayStation 2. That's how old I am. So, but here I can see, now I'm looking at the keeper chart. I'm not seeing a lot of activity. This probably wouldn't be the best item, but this is still the process that I go through. I filter, I see there's no FBAs. I still might try this because an FBA offer could be the difference maker. You don't know, but you definitely want to look at your news. And here's what you're looking at. I'm looking at the stock. By having this keeper chart loaded, I can see what the other sellers, how much stock they have. I don't see a lot. The next thing I want to do is, remember I showed you the software I use, Inventory Lab? Well, with that software, you can use what they call Scout. I'll put that ASIN in there and I'll be able to punch in some numbers and look a little bit deeper. With my discounts and including my sales tax, I'm going to spend about $13.66 per unit. I would make roughly, on the growth side, $17.26. That's 126% return on investment. Now, here's another thing to think about, guys. See, this is where your experience comes into play. If you have 126% return on investment that you're playing with, if you're following me, I'm happy with 20% return on investment. Okay. I'm okay with that. I got room. Maybe this product would sell better at a lower price. For example, what if I was willing to sell it for $29.99? Can I make any money? Yes. And I'm still getting a 64% return on investment. These are the types of things you want to consider. Okay. Let's see if we got another one to look at. Yeah. So here's a Funko Pop. What is this? Marvel, Deadpool, whatever, 30th edition, whatever, backyard griller. I'm not into that kind of stuff, but it's from tfall.com. I can see the sales rank. I can see the gross return on investment. Estimated monthly sales 33. See, this is different. You're talking about a gross profit of 455 if everything checks out. Okay. I'm going to spend somewhere around $11.99. Supposed to be buy boxing around 25. Average is on the lower side. Let's start taking a look to see what's going on with this. First of all, is it in stock? Yes. What am I going to pay? $11.99. Can I sweeten the deal? Let's click on. I see no cashback. I see no discounted gift card. I got to pay tax on this. Not a problem. Let's see what it's doing on Amazon. Number one, is it the same? Yes, it's the 30th. You can see all that stuff that comes with. You can see now you look at that keeper chart and the first thing you're looking at, you see that green line. We call that velocity. When you see a lot of squiggling going on, wow, that means this product is live. It's active. It's doing a lot. Now, I like to do FBA. I send my inventory in and I let Amazon do everything. That's called FBA, which stands for Fulfillment by Amazon. So I'm really not looking at everybody. I'm worried about filtering prime and new, and boom, watch this. This is important, guys. Right away, you see Amazon is selling the product and they're selling it for probably cheaper than what I'm going to spend with tax and everything. And then you might say, I'm out of here. I don't. I continue to look. First of all, I'm going to look at the competition. Okay. See how much they have in stock. You know, see who these people are. Here's a guy that has 2,142 ratings. He might know what he's doing. He might be a little bit better than me. Okay. And look at his price, but you'll notice he's not FBA. Now let's come back to that keeper chart. Everywhere that's in tan is when Amazon has it in stock. And then when that tan goes away, they're out of stock. So what do you see? You see a pattern where they're in stock, out of stock, in stock, out of stock, in stock, out of stock, in stock, out, in, out, in, out. This is what tells me that, hey, just because Amazon has this in stock now, I see a pattern where they're in and out. That's important, guys, because then I know they're eventually going to go out again. I see the pattern. So I can go ahead and invest in this. I may wait a little bit, but look at, since January up until today, they've been out, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They've been out over 10 times. They've been out of stock. So I'm not really worried about it. That's important, guys, because what you got to do is when you're sourcing, you got to learn how to get that degree of separation. You know, you got to really learn how to evaluate. And that's why I really want to encourage you to take advantage and get the tools that are down there in the description for you. Again, I would take this, I would stick it in over here, see what I can get. If I give somewhere around $12, get that $12 back plus $3, that's not a bad deal for a product that's selling as much as that is. Now, you may not be approved for Funko Pop. That's fine. That's just an example of how to do it. Guys, we've got another video. If you're not sure whether or not you want to get into selling on Amazon using the arbitrage business model, watch my video. I've got a video we just did a couple of weeks ago about the top 10 advantages to selling on Amazon. It's definitely worth your time to see if you really want to get into this. And if you need a little bit of help, it's absolutely free. You can call me. Dial the number on your screen, text the words working class hustler to that number, and you will be in contact with me. And from there, you can start to ask me your questions and your concerns. And this is just free. This is just something I do. So now, as I promised, we're going to open my Cashback. So drum roll, please. I don't know how much it's going to be, but here's what I can tell you. It's free and it's going in my pocket. And I was going to shop at these stores anyway. This is what I do, guys. You're a professional shopper when you do this. All right, so what do we got? We got $22.26. So not a lot, but you know what? I can give myself something to eat. I can stick it in my pocket. I can reinvest it in the business. I can do whatever I want. And all I did, guys, was use an easy extension called Rakuten. All right. Okay, guys, I will see you in the next video.